Hello everyone and welcome to Doll Discovery Month here with Virtual Doll Convention. I am so excited to be a part of this. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Allison. I collect dolls of all types and I thought it would be fun to do a video for you guys about 10 picks that I have for spooky dolls. So this is 10 picks for spooky dolls for the Halloween season, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. I think it's going to be kind of interesting for you because it is Doll Discovery Month, so I wanted to show you some different types of dolls. Some of these dolls you inevitably will have heard of before, and some of them might be new to you, so it will be a new discovery for you in the world of dolls. So thank you so much to Rachel for inviting me to do this, and I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get started. Number 10 on my list for spooky dolls this Halloween season is this Haunted Mansion stretching room portrait Sally Slater doll. Now, she has not traditionally been named, but they did name her. I don't know at what point they actually named her, but if you're a fan of the Disney attraction, the Haunted Mansion, this is one of the iconic stretching room portraits that they have as you get onto the ride. So what I want to show you guys is how I normally unbox a doll. Okay, I normally do not leave my dolls in boxes. I normally take them out and display them in cabinets around the room so I can enjoy them. But she's very special. So I'm going to show you her box and how it works, and just take a look.
Is this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination?
So, her box stretches like the stretching room portraits. And I'm going to pull her out so you can get a better look. But inside, because the glare from the lights is really bad. But you can see here, it has as she stretches out, she has the gator underneath. And she's a really pretty doll. She's got her somber expression. And by herself, if you don't know the character, she might not seem like she would fit kind of the macabre mood of Halloween. But if you know the attraction and you're a huge fan like I am, she is such a cool doll. Now, she is one of the limited edition dolls that Disney did. She didn't sell out right away, but she did eventually sell out. There's probably plenty on the secondary market. There usually are with these limited edition Disney dolls. But I just think she is so cool. Because she's always been my favorite stretching room portrait. I just always kind of loved her kind of like she didn't care, like her I don't care attitude like on her face, she just so doesn't care. So I really love this doll, and I think she's perfect for this season, and especially if you are a fan of that attraction like I am. And it's just so cool, and that's why I haven't unboxed her though, is because she has her stretching room portrait and she stretches out of it from inside of her box. So that is number 10. For number 9 on my list, we're going to watch a commercial first.
Cousins of the Bratz, brewing up some fun in Cafe Zap. Yasmina sees your future now. Oh, what I change you into wow. Megana, I have the power to fly. Such Bella, I talk to animals. Hi, Jade fixes broken hearts.
Bratzilla's dolls, pets, and Cafe Zap. Each sold separately.
How did you enjoy that? So you can see from the commercial that we are talking about Bratzillas. Now, Bratzillas came out, I think, around 2014, and they were meant to be the witchy, like, cousins of the Bratz, and they're so cool. They have inset eyes. So most of the Bratz dolls, up until this point, I think they all had painted eyes, but the Bratzillas had inset eyes, and they had some really cool different pupils and things like that. But this one, I found her thrifting, and that's one of the cool things about Bratzillas is if you don't have it, you can find them pretty easily on the secondary market, but they're one of those dolls that are fun to find out in the wild if you go to the flea market, if you go to thrift stores, and that's where I found her. One of the other cool things about these dolls, their outfits are really cool. I was really lucky to get most of her outfit. I didn't get her shoes, but now they didn't have detachable feet, so you can see they were very much, you know, kind of like done like Monster High dolls, and which we'll get to that later, but they had like more articulation than regular Bratz dolls. They have articulated knees, and they had like kind of the same feet that Monster High dolls had, but I just thought they were so cool, and I love the inset eyes on these dolls. I really, really love the inset eyes. So I think these dolls are perfect for the Halloween season because they just have that whole vibe. And then watching the commercials, and there's lots of other commercials actually for these dolls that you can watch, which I think is a lot of fun. Like to kind of, if you want to have like an entire playlist of Halloween doll stuff, definitely add all the Bratzilla's songs. They have a song, okay? So they have a whole song, they have a music video for it, and then they have the different commercials. Definitely add that to your Halloween doll playlist because it's kind of like catchy and fun. But anyway, I think these dolls are super cool. And like I said, they're very easy. They're pretty easy to find. I used to find them a lot more frequently. I think Bratz dolls are becoming a little bit more difficult to find out thrifting, but you can still find them. So I still find probably one every 2 months, whether it's a Bratzilla's or another type of Bratz doll. So you could probably have some good luck finding one of these, or you may already have them in your collection, which is even cooler, you know. So anyway, that is number 9 on my list, the Bratzilla's dolls. Number 8 on my list is a doll most of you are probably already familiar with, but you may not realize that American Girl puts out Halloween themed outfits every year. And so I picked this one up at the store. I went to the store, checked out the outfits. Some of them may be the same as last year. I'm not really sure, but I fell in love with this bat outfit. I love the iridescent purple. I love the bat wings. There's a little hook for her finger. So the bat wings kind of like, you see how that does? Like it's so cool and cute. She's got some bat ears and her shoes have these little bat wings on the side. So American Girl does a great job with the seasonal outfits for dolls, and I think that's really fun because you can get these, you can dress your dolls up, you can incorporate them into your Halloween displays if you have Halloween displays at home. I do actually do that, so I have like a Halloween mantle and I incorporate some of my themed dolls into the mantle for decoration. Now, if you are a person that likes to dress up for Halloween but not necessarily as a creepy sort of Halloween thing, the other cool thing that AG has is they have a lot of different licensed outfits. For example, they do have the Disney Princess line. So if you wanted to dress your doll up like Ariel, you know, you could get an Ariel outfit, Cinderella, Tiana, Rapunzel. They've got all kinds of cool outfits. They've got outfits from different historical periods. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you guys have seen this, they have Halloween costumes this year for adults for the original historical characters. So I may or may not have a Kirsten outfit on its way to me, so I can just to have, you know. I don't know that I'll necessarily dress up for the trick-or-treaters, but it'd be cool to have like for videos and stuff, don't you think? Like I always wanted the outfits that matched her when I was a kid, but those outfits were so expensive in the catalog. Anyway, that was kind of a side note, but I love what they do for Halloween. I love the different outfits that they put out. I think they're really cute. Not only them, but this is such a common sized doll. I would venture to say this is the most common sized doll that people on the secondary market make outfits for. So you can commission folks to make whatever you want basically for your doll to wear. And since it's such a common size, you can generally get what you want with your doll. So I just think they're such fun dolls to dress up. And while, like I said, inherently they're not Halloween dolls, once you add the outfits to them, you can really celebrate the season, celebrate the spooky season with your American Girl dolls because they just have such cute outfits. I love this one. This was my favorite. I just think this is the cutest outfit. But anyway, that is number 8 on the list. Number 7 on the list is another not inherently Halloween sort of doll, but this is Candlelight Rufus. So Rufus, as you may know, is Elowyn's boyfriend. I say it like questioningly, like, is he her boyfriend? I think he is. I'm pretty sure like he's her crush at a minimum. I can't quite remember. But Candlelight Rufus, I wanted a Rufus really badly when Rufus came out. And when Candlelight Rufus came out, I it was like, I want to say it was the height of the Twilight craze, but he's got this super pale skin, this really dark hair, like in a ponytail. He is such a vampire. He is such a romantic Dracula type. I feel like he is one of the coolest dolls that kind of fits this season. Like he does it effortlessly. Candlelight Rufus is so cool. He just fits into the season without even trying, right? But he does. He is the romantic vampire. You know, as the years have gone on, vampires started out as something scary, and now they're kind of romanticized in literature and film. But I feel like he's sort of that romanticized version of a vampire. He's just so, I don't know, you know, he's just so cool like that. But he's ghostly pale, right? The super jet black hair with the ponytail, okay? It takes a special kind of guy to pull off a ponytail, and Rufus does it very well. And so he's my favorite Rufus that was ever released. And I want to say he was released as a basic. Like, I got this outfit separately. It would be really cool. I should have like a Dracula outfit made for him, circa Gary Oldman from Dracula. I don't remember what year that was, but anyway, I think he's such a fun doll. He looks so good, you know, with the Elowens. Like, I just love him so much, and I think he is perfect for this season and he does it, like I said, without trying. He's effortlessly Halloween. So that is number 7 on my list. Number 6 is a doll that I do not have in my collection, but I aspire to have one day. And that is by doll artist Mr. Manu Dolls. And I have been following her for a while. Her artwork is really cool. She has a sculpt called Scully that is absolutely perfect for the Halloween season or year round. But her dolls are so outstanding, and they all give off this sort of vibe. She has some dolls that are more orc-like, but the Scully doll is really, really special. She has one available right now. I will give a link to her Instagram so you guys can check it out. But I saw her dolls in person in Paris last month, and they're exquisitely made. I love the way the full sets are finished. I think they look great, and I just think the sculpts are so cool, and they fit so well with the Halloween season. And you could change the dolls with BJDs. You can change them up, so you could change the dolls up to go with the different seasons, but inherently they are sculpted. Especially the Scully doll is sculpted like a skeleton, which I think is so cool, and it's such an original, you know, idea in the world of art dolls. I think they're really exceptional dolls, and the artist is really talented, and I just really love them. And one day I will have one of the Scully dolls in my collection because they are outstanding. They come in different resin tones. There's a green resin tone, there's a pink resin tone that I almost bought at the doll show. Lots of different ways to finish the dolls and make them full sets. So I really appreciate this artist very much, and I think her dolls are outstanding. So I wanted to include her on this list, even though I don't have one, because I think her dolls fit so well with this topic. Number 5 on my list is another doll that I don't have in my collection, but I aspire to have, and that is the Emerald Witch by Milton Bradley. Now, she is a vintage doll. I want to say she was made in 1972, but I may have that year incorrect. She is a doll with purple skin, green rooted hair, and green eyes that light up, and she was dressed like a witch. She had a play set, which was a witch's castle, different outfits. I think she is one of the coolest, most unique vintage dolls that was made in the last 50 years, and I would really love to have one for my collection. You can find them on the secondary market, eBay, Etsy, from anywhere from $100 for one who's like their eyes don't work or they're missing clothing, up to $700 for one mitten box. Now, I would really like to have one, but I have this deep desire to find one myself out in the wild while I'm thrifting or while I'm at the flea market or whatever. So I haven't actually broken down and bought one on the secondary market yet, but I really want one, and she has been on my list for probably 5 years now. I haven't come across one yet, like in the last 5 or 6 years. So honestly, I probably need to just go ahead and break down and buy one on eBay or on Etsy, but you know, I just hold out this hope. hold out this hope that I'll eventually find one, but I think she's the coolest doll for the Halloween season, for all seasons, but just, I love her so much. I think she's so unique. She's just so much fun, and that purple and the green goes so well together. I think it's just such a fun combination of colors, and then with the light up eyes, I just think she's fantastic. So I would love to know in the comments below if any of you has an Emerald Witch and what you think about her, because I really think she's such a cool doll. But anyway, that's number 5 on my list. Number 4 on my list are two more artist dolls from Le Monton and Sucre, who is a French artist. And these dolls, and I'm going to butcher the name because it's in French, they're called Potelette, which I think means pumpkin in French, or little pumpkin. And she does these adorable, she has so many adorable creations. She has a little acorn, she does all kinds of stuff, but I love these specifically for the Halloween season. She's got one that's friendly, she's got one that's a little more devious, you know, a little bit of an evil pumpkin, and they're made in resin. She hand paints every one of them and finishes them. They have handmade eyes. They're really, really cool, and her work is so exceptional. Like, I'm just going to show you kind of how they just look so good. I love her paint job that she does on these things. Right now she has done some special editions. She's done one as a special edition like Jack Skellington. She's got one that's like looks like a devil right now. It's red painted and has like, she does all kinds of really cool artistic things with these. I'm just going to show you sort of how they're, so this is a magnetic top. So this one has a hat and this one has like a regular pumpkin top, but they're kind of, you know, that's the same construction. I'm going to show you how the face comes off. So it's got the little face here. You can see the eyes in there, and it's strung together. It's got 2 little arms and 2 little legs, and I think these are so much fun. I actually put these on my coffee and tea station at Halloween because I think they year-round, they're above my desk. I have some little like picture frame shelves above my desk year-round, and that's where they stay year-round. But during Halloween, during September, October, because I like to celebrate for 2 months, I put these out on my tea and coffee station, and they look really cute there with my mugs and my like pumpkin spice stuff. So I just think they're adorable. They make great accessories to bigger dolls as well. Like, bigger dolls can hold these really well for picture taking or displaying or whatever, you know, what have you. I think they're so much fun. I love the 2 different faces that she has. You know, like I said, you got one kind of friendly, happy-go-lucky face and one a little more sinister, the little sinister pumpkin. So I really adore her work altogether. And I just think these are so much fun for this season, and I definitely wanted to mention them because when I think of Halloween dolls, these are some of the first dolls that come to my mind is her work because, yeah, I mean, look at them. They're definitely inspired by the season, right? So that's number 3 on my list. Now we're to number 3 on the list. I know I just said that was number 3 on the list. I got mixed up on my list. So that last one was number 4. Now we're at number 3. Number 3, I want to show you guys the work of Jacqueline Hay of Hay Hay Creations. She is an outstanding artist, and all of her work is very inspired by the Halloween season. This is not technically a doll, it's more of a sculpture, but I love her sculpture. She does ghosts, pumpkins, all sorts of really amazing creations for Halloween. Well, she makes them year round, but like for the Halloween season, they're absolutely outstanding. You've got real eyes. Just look at the detail that she gets there in the sculpt. But she also does dolls. So she does dolls that have like one-of-a-kind heads, and she uses existing bodies, but she's also recently sculpted her first BJD, which is in the final stages of completion, which I think is so cool because I really love her work, and I think it's so cool to see that translate to a BJD. Now, she also has done these kitchen witches. Now, these are dolls. So, kitchen witches, she's created some of these, and you can see how fun they are, and they're definitely, you know, they definitely have this spooky sort of vibe to them. They've got the handmade faces, handmade wings, stuffed bodies. Now a kitchen witch, let me see if I get the legend right. You keep it in your kitchen actually to ward off evil, maybe I'm remembering that wrong, but you guys can correct me if I am. But I think she's so cool, and she makes lots of really cute things like this. And I don't have her in my kitchen, but I have her hanging on the mantle actually right now, because I have my Halloween display up. So she might go to the kitchen after that, we'll see. But I just think she's super cool. I love her work. Like I said, it's all very outstanding, the way she creates things and how beautiful they are. And she goes to so maybe if you're localish to her, she does go to a lot of street fairs and stuff like that, and Vins. She also sells on Etsy, but you can contact her through Instagram, which I'll send the links so that it can be posted below so you guys can check her out. But I just think she is such an outstanding artist, and I love the work that she does, and I love the detail that she puts into everything. I mean, these are hand painted, hand sculpted, eyes are hand set. I just think they're so cool. So anyway, that's number 3 on the list is Hey Hey Creations, and the work that she does with her dolls and her sculptural figures. Number 2 on the list, I told you guys we'd be getting back to them, is Monster High dolls. And I really love Monster High dolls because, first of all, they have all the monsters. They've got the werewolves, they've got the vampires, they've got Frankenstein. I just think that that's very cool to have a line of dolls that are like this year round. The other thing I really like about Monster High is they're very accessible. So Monster High dolls are very inexpensive when compared to other dolls. Every country I've ever traveled to has Monster High dolls for sale. They might be a little more expensive, but they have them there. And one thing I love about dolls is accessibility, when people can get them into their collections and they can do it without, you know, taking a second mortgage out on their home. So I really love that about Monster High dolls. I think they're so cool. I love, you know, the classic monsters, and then they have like the Laguna Blue is like the, is she like the monster from the lagoon? There's so many, right? There's so many monsters to choose from. I like the classics, the Claudina, the Frankenstein, the Draculaura, the classic kind of like, you know, universal monsters that they have from the classic horror films. But they're so cute. There's so many different outfits, accessories, clothes you can get with them. There's so many versions of these dolls. Every time I go to Target, I swing by the Monster High aisle and I check out what the new dolls are. They've got a new doll that's really curvy. She might not be new, but she was new to me. Like, I hadn't seen her before. That she's really curvy. Like, she's got much thicker legs, which I really like. Probably need to get her one of these days. I need to get her one of these days. But I really like Monster High for what they are. They're such a highly collectible fashion doll. Lots of community around Monster High. You can go on YouTube and search for Monster High videos and you will get so many hits. There's so many great videos out there, and they are perfect for the Halloween season because they're your classic creatures. They're your classic creature feature kind of dolls, right? From the horror films, from legends of past, like the things that go bump in the night. That's what I love about Monster High dolls. That's another thing I love about Monster High dolls. I love a lot of things about them. I think they're very cool. I don't have tons and tons of them in my collection because I know if I started getting a lot of them, they would totally overwhelm this room because I would, you know, I'm a completist collector, so I just try to get 1 or 2 here or there at a time. If I see something I really like, I do buy it though, because there's nothing more thrilling than going grocery shopping and coming home with a new doll. Am I right? I think I'm right on that. But anyway, Monster High, love them for collecting. I love them for the Halloween season. I love them year round, and that's what's so fun about them. They're just such a great fashion doll. They're so accessible. You know, anybody can collect Monster High dolls, and I think that's what's really amazing about them. And they also, you find these a lot, thrift stores, yard sales and stuff like that. So they're out there, they're just ready they're ready to be collected. They're great dolls for collecting. So that's number 2 on my list. Number one on my list is a doll that I don't even have. So how am I going to make the number one doll on my list a doll I don't even have? It is a doll, another doll I aspire to have in my collection one day. I have an eBay save search for this particular doll, and that is Vogue Briette. And you may be wondering, Allison, why Vogue Briette? How does she fit into this countdown? Vogue Briette is the doll that they used for Talkie Tina in the Living Doll episode of The Twilight Zone.
My name is Talkie Tina, and I'm beginning to hate you.
And I think that episode is so creepy. Now, one of my pet peeves is when people call dolls creepy, but this video is specifically about that, right? So I'm going to give myself a pass to say that. She is so creepy in that episode. It's such a good classic episode of The Twilight Zone. And I just love the Vogue Briette doll because of this. So not only was she featured in that episode of the show, and I've talked about Disney World already once in this video, but I'm going to talk about it again. I'm gonna bookend this episode with number 10 doll has to do with Disney World, the number 1 doll has to do with Disney World. They have a Twilight Zone attraction at Disney World called the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, and inside the gift shop after you get off the ride, they have a Vogue Briette doll or a Talkie Tina kind of stuffed away with some of the stuff in the background. But it's one of those things, like if you know, you know. And so I think it's just so cool. I really want one of those dolls for my collection. They're not terribly expensive on the secondary market. I don't know why I haven't actually just bought one yet. It's another one of those, like, I hope in my heart to find one at the flea market one day. I really should just go ahead and buy one because I think they're such cool dolls. They have 2 different sizes. I think one is 16 inches and one is more like 20 or 21 inches. But I love the eyebrows. Like, the eyebrows have this, like, you know, like really sharp V in them. And I think that contributes so much to the kind of like creep factor of Talkie Tina. And I just think it's such a fun doll because it's a creepy doll, it's a spooky doll, it's a great Halloween season doll, but it's a if you know, you know doll. It's not necessarily a in your face, like Monster High, that's a werewolf. You know Claudina is a werewolf. You know, if you see the Politette dolls that I had from Le Mouton and Sucre the Pumpkins, you know that's a Halloween doll. The Vogue Briette, that is a much more subtle, like, you just kind of know. I just love it. I love it about that doll. I really want one. I would love to have one in all. I think they had 3 hair colors. Red. There's like a carrot red one. There's a brunette and there's a blonde. You know, so one day that will be part of my collection. I hate that I don't have one to show you guys because I think it would be a lot more interesting for me to talk about with her here, but she is my favorite doll for the Halloween season. I think she's just so cool. Maybe I'll just have to go ahead and get one so I have her here by Halloween. But yeah, I would love to know what you guys think about this list. I would really love to know what your favorite Halloween dolls are, if you put dolls on display, if you do other stuff. I know a lot of people will take old dolls that would be discarded anyway, and they kind of like paint them and do fun things to them and make them part of their Halloween displays. I think that's a great way to upcycle a doll. Actually, some friends of mine and I, we had some old Barbies with like cut hair and stuff, and we made Halloween wreaths one night. It's fun to kind of sit with your friends, maybe have a glass of wine and paint dolls and just make little zombie dolls out of them for Halloween decorations. So there's so much cool stuff you can do around dolls and the Halloween season. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this list. Thank you again to Rachel for allowing me to be a part of this. I really would love to know. Please let me know what your favorite dolls are for this season, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.